what is the new thing in 2026 across different things. AI product interview actually is trying to check you for three things. It's checking your AI product sense. Then they're checking for your technical concepts. Do you understand all the technical ideas? And then they are looking for your AI product building experience, and what are the secrets or learnings from that. And this person who has all these are people who are able to crack these interviews. So whatever we did in 2025 is already obsolete in 2026. In 2025 you were building maybe agents, you were building vibe coded agents, but then came Claude Code, Cowork, and you have to reimagine the whole product idea every time. Any interview, right? One thing I will let you know: if you can share or if you can land secrets that your interviewer doesn't know, or if you can educate them on the concepts that they don't understand, then you will get hired. I have a lot to land today, as usual. So, without further ado, let's get started. I think main challenges today we're going to solve is not we're going to talk about technical stuff. We're going to talk about project stuff, but main thing we're going to talk about today is what is the landscape of getting into AI or cracking AI roles, and hopefully walk you through a 21 8 days plan that helps you get there. That has some links of our internal stuff, but hopefully we can get past that and at least give you something without joining our cohort also, so that you can continue to prepare. Uh, so let's get started. And obviously, I have a lot to land and I have a hard stop also. So later today, not right away, but without further ado, let's get started because today is more and more discussions, and I want to keep time for Q&A today. Hopefully, a lot of Q&A. Maybe I will lay down a lot of things so that you can ask me relevant questions, and all of us can have a good discussion so that we walk away with a plan, but also understand what's going on so that we can all work towards the same goal and have much more fidelity after the session on what we need to do if we want to prepare. By the way, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Mahesh. I have worked on all the big companies. That means that I have gone through a lot of interviews. If you have gone through Mang interviews, like you have to go through a lot of mocks and a lot of interviews in life. So on this slides means that I have done a lot of interviews. That's what you should take away. And I'm working in AI for almost 10 years. So I understand AI, I understand PM interviews, I understand engineering interviews as well, because I've given a lot of those also. So just take that I am credible source when I'm going to tell you something today. So this slide just tells you that. If you want to connect to me on LinkedIn, this is my LinkedIn ID, and I will accept connections if you send me now. I'm not accepting connections random these days because just so much uh, marketing stuff going on, especially since I started my own company. It's just crazy on how many people just want to connect and then send me a. I think there is automation behind it. So I take an accept and then they are like, hey, I'm selling this. Are you interested? And then they keep following up. So if you send me a request now, I will accept it. And you can use me and my network to help you out. So use this as a good resource. And if you came for just that, maybe this session is over. So if not, then let's continue. How to have you have fun in this session? Only two rules. One is camera on. I love to talk to people rather than just talk to my screen. So thank you. Now I know Valence. I think I should be awarded one day for running so many sessions in a year. And I think Valence should be rewarded one day for attending all my sessions. So I think we should do a podcast together one day, Valence, right? I think for the last 3 years, Valence, like, right? You're there, right? For all 3 years, right?
Yeah,
Almost.
my first session was your SLM models, small language models. So yeah,
Wow, that was when I was at Google or AWS. I don't even remember
yeah.
now. Okay, Valence and me go back. We have done these sessions every Friday together. I think you should be the co-host for this, Valence. But now I know Valence is here. Second thing is, if you have questions, you can put them on the board. And today I will try to take a lot of questions because, interview preparation is very subjective and not an objective thing. Objective is like if I explain you neural networks or transformers, I think we all can agree. But in interview preparations or how to prepare for your own journey is subjective. So I want to keep a lot of time for that. But let me land some ideas, then don't ask me questions in between. So give me like 30 minutes and then I will give you 30 minutes. Deal? Okay, if the deal is done, then let me just tell you what agenda today is. I will walk you through what's trending, what you can expect in an AI PM interview or any AI interview, to be honest. The pattern is same. I talk to almost 10 to 20 people in a week who are going through this interview because everybody in our cohort get to talk to me if they have an interview beyond the hiring manager round these days. Earlier, I was talking even hiring manager, but now we have, if you have cleared the hiring manager or the first round, then I set up time and you can get time with me. Uh, I will also talk about how the landscape has shifted in interviews. I'm seeing new things that are coming up in 2026, and I will walk you through like what in the tech side what they are asking and in the project side what they are asking, so some secrets there or some findings that what to expect in these interview and what changed. And then I will walk you through a 21 days rough plan. If I need to prepare, how will I prepare? And I will give you that plan. That plan does have a reference to our classes, some sessions, but maybe you can do those sessions on your own or figure it out how to fill it. Or, of course, you can join our upcoming cohort to get those sessions also. But I think if you want to just do it on your own, at least you will get a good structure on how to get ready. And I will give you like a 21 days good enough plan that you can use. Okay, that's what we're gonna do today. So let's get started. By the way, a lot of success stories. People have gone into Google, people have gone into Nordstrom, Cisco, uh, and they went into VP of engineering. So a lot of successes. So I think when I started the cohort, for me, I wanted to build a community because I was feeling very lonely when I was preparing for, or I was ramping myself up on AI or even product management, and I needed a lot of help, and there was no community. So I wanted to create that community. And first, I created the community, but the community was weak. And then I started teaching a course, and then the community became really strong because the communities need infusion of new people, and infusion takes a lot of effort and a lot of upgrade and a lot of time and energy. And I think the course filled that gap. So now we have a last yesterday only I was checking, like there are 1,500 people in our internal community who have gone through the course and know the same lingo. So that I think is the biggest factor in getting people roles. Yesterday, my somebody in my team was telling me that uh, I should not position myself like influencers. I should position myself as a life changer, like a guru or something. I was like, no, no, no. Let's not do that. Influencer is good enough. But the idea is that people do get jobs and people do change trajectories, and it's happening much more frequently in last 2 weeks or in last couple of this year. I think is the best year for us because it does take people good amount of time to learn and grow into these things. So I think that's the other challenge, or that's the other advantage in learning these now, because now is the ripe time for getting into AI roles. Let me give you the quick trends. So this is the open PM jobs trend. I don't know, there is new data, but this is April 2026 data. Bay Area remains the top place for product management. Job listings, of course, because there are a lot of new companies and a lot of new companies are hiring. So this one just tells you, by the way, there is this site called TrueUp. They publish this data every month. So you can just go to their site and see it on yourself. They also show you which companies are hiring. They also show you top roles. They also show you which are the top company top roles, and trends are all along, which is, I think from here, they are saying we have finally doubled the jobs that are open. And this is like says that 1/4 of the jobs that are there in product management are in Bay Area. So where you live also matter. I know most of you don't live in Bay Area, but I live in Bay Area, so I have to market Bay Area. I don't have any land or investments, but I think it's just like Bay Area is the beginning. So it's just if things grow here in a particular trend, that trend actually does very well all across. If things are any role is growing in Bay Area, like forward deployed engineer or AI product manager, then it's highly likely that the same role will grow into different major tech cities, and that will roll down across every industry. So it's just a first pointer. If you look at this, this one is just showing that overall jobs are decreasing. Like if you look at this is, I think, from Indeed, and this is Lenny's newsletter, which and Indeed hiring. I think the team combined both of them. So this one tells you that overall tech positions are going down because I don't know why. Maybe AI, maybe people are letting go people. So what you hear in news is a lot of people are let go. There is this thing that is going down. But the positive side here is that same time AI job index has grown 100%. That means the new roles people are opening up, they are AI roles, and that has grown 134%, while the normal is down 34%. So this has grown 150% in job postings. And most of these jobs, of course, in Bay Area. So what changed? So if you want to get into these roles, right, then before I tell you what changed, let me just see what to expect. Let's move this up. Okay, so what to expect? So generally, I'm just looking at the trend and I'm looking at like what people are hiring for or what you will go through if you get to have an interview call. The first round is hiring manager call. This is the recruiter call also. And in this one, right, earlier it was mostly hello, hi, are you good? Where you have worked. The hiring manager call is the most important call in these interviews. The hiring manager is basically the first round. Remember that phone interviewer and all? That's mostly the hiring manager round or the recruiter round. The recruiter also sets up 30 minutes, walks you through, asks you even technical questions. Most of the people are getting questions like, hey, tell me, walk me the project that you worked in AI, how you did the knowledge management, how you evaluated the your project. All those questions are coming up in the very first phone call or 30 minutes hiring manager round. After that, you have a full loop. In full loop, there is a new thing that people are putting a system design interview. So people are expecting you to go and design agentic system. They're not looking for you to code or put like engineering aspect like load balancer or Kubernetes cluster, but they are expecting you to know that, hey, what is the agent, how you did the knowledge piece, which piece does the tools, how you connect the MCPs, all that they want to know. Is it a single agent or a multi-agent system? So system design is 2026 becoming kind of new deal, or I'm seeing more of. This one was already there. You are getting from 2025. We are seeing that everybody kind of gets a case study these days. That is because they want to check you on new AI skills, and it's very hard to give you a random framework or a random thing during the interview. So they will give you a case study before, and in that case study they are checking for three or four things, and we can talk about them if you want to. I can just break them down for you what they are looking for. But main signal here is that I will give you a real problem that our company is having or close by problem, so you and me will have a similar frame of reference, and then we can have a deeper discussion on how much you know AI, how have you applied AI, or how will you apply AI specific things to this. In this case study, also expect building a prototype. So they are also expecting you to build a website or build the first version or first mocks of the product. So you are not only giving a case study in writing, you are also giving a working prototype of the solution. And that's also expected from you. Sometimes you get like 24 to 48 hours to do this. What I'm seeing recently is people are not giving that, and they are giving you 1 to 2 hours during the interview, and they will give you a tool and they will say, hey, here is our case study. Here is a rough 1 or 2 pager. Can you write or create the prototype? and they will give you subscription to Lovable or Azure AI Studio to build that. Or you can ask for any other tool, they will give you that subscription. So that's that. Once you created the case study, then you have this interview with two or three people in leadership. So it can be a director or a VP. And you are asked questions on that, like why you made that choice, how you made that choice, how you made sure that you are ready for a launch. All they can take you anywhere in that. So expect that. And one round with the product team where you are asked product design specific question like what you prioritize, how you prioritize, are you going to build versus buy. They're also looking for frameworks from you, how you did your evaluations, what you observe, how you build retention in your product. They will ask you questions like how are you different than co-work now, how can we differentiate from basic labs and still build on top of them. So all that is also coming. So expect these rounds at least, or prepare for these lines because there is no running away from any of this. I think system design is little optional. I've not seen that becoming mainstream, but it is coming up in 30 to 40% interviews, especially in last 3 months for me. Okay. Now, you know that what happens in these interviews. Let's see what has changed, right? So what is the new thing in 2026 across different things, right? So we have discussed this that AI product interview actually is trying to check you for three things. It's checking your AI product sense that, hey, do you understand what a difference in AI versus a normal product sense? Then they're checking for your technical concepts. Do you understand all the technical ideas out there? And can you iterate on the next arc of technology? And then they are looking for your AI product building experience. Have you actually shipped products in production, or have people actually touched it, or you have used your own products? And what are the secrets or learnings from that? And this person who has all these are people who are able to crack these interviews. If you lack one of these, you have a good chance. If you lack two of these, generally you never get a call back. So this is what people are looking for. If people are looking for all these skills, then what in each skill they are looking for, right? So if you look at like 2024, let's just talk about technical concepts, right? Do you know why they are important in AI? Like why technical concepts are important? Because if you remember, like Google and Facebook was very irritating, to be honest, for me, because I was technical and I had like little less product sense and more like technical sense because I spent whole my life doing engineering, and I could crack any other interview, but not Google interview because Google was just like they don't talk anything. Means they have a technical round where you talk to the engineering manager in full loop, but other than that it's mostly product sense and execution. It's just that. And that also is so lame that they will give you a random questions like, hey, we have a general store and this store sells candies, and we are adding the capability to now uh, uh, now add uh, uh, we sell candies and now we are opening toys. Can you do the projections of that and how many people we should put on the front cashier desk? I'm like, okay, best of luck, Mahesh. Right. Then, so those are the kind of questions they will ask you, and they're trying to judge you a lot of things, which only once you crack these interviews, you come to know what they are looking for. Now, I think I'm pretty good at these. It's hard for me to fail these now, but I failed a lot. But technical, it's like now out of, so that was like out of 20% was technical and 80% was product and execution. Now, even at Google, people who are interviewing now, it's basically 40% product and execution and 60% all technical. Anybody guesses why? Why everybody is looking for more technical skills now?
developing AI products is more technical as you think of all the observability evaluations and everything else, and trust. It requires sufficient technical knowledge.
Yes. So first of all, you are working with a really like a more technical teams, and building or launching is more important than figuring out what to launch, because what to launch is pretty clear, right? Means if you look at Google, they have to build a compete for Claude Code, uh, and they have a 2 years behind OpenAI, so mostly catch up, right? And there is a lot that needs to be automated in the world today.
Well,
And if
the
so,
roles
just
are being blended too as well.
correct. So second is like there is just disruption. And in disruption, you want to go for hard skills, which you can't teach in a day or two. So there is a disruption that what the role will be for product managers or even engineers. Are engineers becoming product managers? Do we need product managers when engineers become PMs? Or the PMs are becoming engineers or doing design? Then, if the PM is not technical, then they're not able to pick up the new tasks that are assigned to us them, like, hey, can you basically fix P3 issues? Can you actually go and review code? Then, if in that world you want people who have hard skills, and so far, like technical skills are considered hard skills that you can't teach them in like 2 hour session or doing a workshop. It takes like good 3 to 6 months of learning. So why to spend that money? I will go and get that done, or check a lot of that in my interviews so that I can have it. Any other idea? Last thing. Why? Why more technical now? I think the number one reason for these is that if you're a lot of change is happening, and all change is coming on the technical side. So whatever we did in 2025 is already obsolete in 2026. Just on the tech stack, right? In 2025, you were building maybe agents, you were building vibe coded agents. The vibe coding tools were cool, but then came Claude Code, Cowork, and you have to reimagine the whole product idea. Like, what is your product? Is being challenged all along. And if you can't understand the technical concept, if you don't know how a product like Claude Code or an agentic look disrupts your ecosystem or your market, then you are not able to plan, then you are not able to strategize, then you are not able to come up with what's next when everybody will have a personal agent, and that agent can morph into and do anything. So just the requirements are different, and most of the product people are designing in 2026 are for agents or how to automate judgment based jobs. That means you need to talk to customers and convert those into agent requirements. And writing agent requirements requires you to have both the technical knowledge of what possible, and then working very closely with engineering or agents, coding agents, to write these at the speed, right? So if that's what you are getting into, that hey, I am designing the products for agents, that means I want product people who understand the ecosystem to the depth, because if they understand humans, that's great, but to understand agents, I want people who are technical. And then figuring out what are the gaps in agents today, and then building the judgment and convert those into requirements, which you can go and work with very make them understand to a technical audience, and then even work with a team of agents and humans downstream and do planning or set up roadmaps, requires a lot of new skills. And that's what people are hiring for. They already have a lot of people in their teams today, and that's why you're seeing no job today that is not looking for AI or checks you for AI, because people have overhired for these. There are just a lot of people here who have awesome product and execution skills, but then they have to. Right now, everybody is asked to build AI agent or some kind of AI in their products, but all these people cannot produce those kind of requirements or fail to work or fail to understand or fail to move at a speed that your leadership or your competition is pressuring you to. And that's why they are going out and trying to fill this gap, and they're over hiring for here. They're indexing more on the technical skills. Okay. If we understand why, then let's understand what is changing. When I was interviewing, right, or I interviewed a lot in AI, because I moved 3 times in last 5 or 6 years of my career. That means a lot of interviews because I spent like 10 years at Microsoft, and then I went to Facebook, and after that I was just open, because uh, once you go through this process, it must be hard, but once you have learned the ropes, then you are just then I was like, okay, and I will take any calls, and I will just double my salary requirement. So I will just ask for double the money. And if you want to interview me, I'm all games. Right. So that was after Facebook. And that means I've gone through a lot of these things. And now I have helped a lot of people go through these. And here are the things that are changing from 2024 to 2026. Right. In technical concepts or technical interviews or technical aspect, what they are looking for. So in 2024, this is ChatGPT just came out. We all were cool, and there was a lot for us to learn and land. If you knew RAG, what is RAG, by the way? Because that was every time any interview, right? One thing I will let you know, if you can share or if you can land secrets that your interviewer doesn't know, or if you can educate them on the concepts that they don't understand about their product or about their market or even their technical areas, then you will get hired. If you match them, then you might get hired. And if you are under them, if you understand less than them, or if you know less than them, then definitely you're not getting a call. So the challenge is that you need to beat or meet your hiring manager or your interviewers when they are looking for these concepts. So in 2024, people did not understand RAG. In 2025, people don't understand multi-agent systems. So most of the people were getting questions like, hey, give me what is a multi-agent architecture, why we need them, all those kind of questions. And MCP became cool here. What is MCP?
Model context protocol.
Modern context protocols, because we started getting these challenges when we were building multi-agent systems. So people were asking questions on RAG and MCPs. What are the kind of question people are getting in 2026? Obviously, you might get all of these, but what are the new questions?
Harness engineering.
Great, changed my life. Thank you. Harness is the new topic. Why? Because everybody's now with agentic loop, it has become that harness is coming part of the model or part of the model providers ecosystem. And everybody wants to say, do you know this much? If you don't know, how will you build on top of it? Because the products are going to build on top of the harness. So if you don't understand this, then I can't take you. Similarly, in 2025, if you don't understand 2024, if you did not understood RAG. Any other thing that's coming top of mind? What's not working in technical side in 2026? Harness engineering is kind of solved problem, or at least getting closer to solving. People want to talk about what's not working for them, right? Because they want you to solve those problems. The product manager comes and solve the problems which are not working for their teams, right? Especially the new hires. The bar is little higher.
Evals and security.
And
Evals
guardrails.
were here, right? So I think the evaluation is a little bit means yes, evals are important, but
Human in the
people, if
loop.
you
Token cost.
Yeah,
token
token.
cost. Cost, I will put in the
Self-learning.
harness. I think that's where they discuss it. Two things, like
Self-
as big as a harness. Give me.
Observability.
Great,
Memory. Memory.
great. Observability.
Memory.
Memory one will take some points. Yes, I will give you.
Is it
Memory,
to do
memory.
with compute?
Okay, so
Back-
observability is the biggest challenge in 2026, which people don't understand, like what to observe. We discussed these, like how to observe multi-agent systems, how to observe MCP and tool calls, how to agent instruction following. And there are like 50 eval items that we landed or happy to walk you through that you need to eval across your systems, and they want to see have you have depth understanding of this. So just evaluation has gone into evaluation plus observability. So harness engineering, so this idea of multi-agents to harness, RAG to multi-agents to harness, evaluations to observability, and
क्या हो गया
here people are talking about continuous learning, and you can say memory is a subset of that. Because that's not working, right? Out of box agents are not able to continuously learn. That's an unsolved problem. And every customer expect the agent to grow as they use the product. That's your moat. And if you don't understand how the continuous learning systems are built, like this is where Hermes agent and other agents are becoming popular, because anybody just says anything in that area is the talk of the town, or people are trying to see how can they offer these things.
Yeah, far better than taking antibiotics. So yes, please.
Yeah, let's take antibiotics VM. Okay. Okay, so that's the idea. I can also share, if you are interested, what they're asking in the other two territories. But if you are preparing in 2026, make sure you understand how the harness is designed. You should open up OpenClaw harness because it's built on top of Claude SDK, and take that as a case study. And I will walk you through like what you need to do for 21 days planning. So broadly speaking, I think we are on same page on 21 days plan. Let me see anything else I want to cover before I take you to the 20 way. Okay. Yeah, let's just go to the screen and hopefully that way. Can you all see my screen? What screen you see?
How to get ready for 2026.
Awesome.
पेंट करू पण जसं ना इथे वगैरे करणार आहे the entire back will be just इथे हाताला पण लाग then don't do it मग मी ते जास्ती करलं नाही म्हणजे ते काढलं आणि
That language is hard for me to understand, so I can't have fun with that.
आपण काय
Maybe
करू
they are discussing chole bhatures or something.
let me keep this
Okay.
aside
Can we mute? Can we mute everybody? Okay. So we did discuss this idea. I have put more like what are they expecting in technical depth. Vibe coding is getting into system design. So earlier it was more like how can you code stuff and how can you get to. So this is like AI product sense. If you're looking for technical depth, people are going from VoIP coding to more like system design. So they will ask you, or they will ask you to explain a system design on any product that you work for. They're not asking you to become like system design engineers, but they would expect the product manager to know the system design on the last product you shipped. And if you said any AI product in your CV, I want to understand if you walk me through the system design. By the way, this is a hedge against a lot of AI tools that you have used in your life. So it's hard for you to fake system design or come up with system design, because I can ask you to code or I can ask you to do things and you can just look at internet and do it. But explaining a system design on the system that you shipped is very organic. And then I will know where you stand in your technical depth. In this one, like project experience, people are more worried about more and more production. So they are asking like, do you have observability, how you did continuous evaluation and improvements in your products, how you actually went ahead and price your product, how you created retention inside your system, how you build for trust. These are the new project specific questions. And then core things had changed. I talked about this already with you. So how to get ready? Again, this is the AIPM of the future. Please, you need to have a deep ecosystem understanding, like who's who. So first build that, make sure you're reading latest, greatest stuff, and you know who does what. If there is a Hermes agent, you should know about it. If Fable 5 doesn't work, then you should know about it. So deep understanding of the AI ecosystem, then technical concepts, and then actually going and building with AI. What are the discovery challenges? How you discover a product? What is AI can do and what AI can't do? Figuring out a roadmap for AI with minimum evaluable systems, and then how you evaluate price and build the GTM motions. So all these skills are important, and you have close by roles also. So what is a 21-day plan will look like? First 7 days, just understand the basics of how the agent architectures are, what agents look like, build and install some tools and start playing. Then I will say, go ahead and open up the system design and create your own system design, or create and build your own apps on top of latest agent code or open clause of the world. Make sure you are running production scale observability, evaluations, deployments, RBACs using Azure AI Foundry. I found that to be very comprehensive and useful. We did a session on that in last Saturday session. And make sure you create a GTM motion around these things. Go to market motion is the most important thing as you get into 2026, because most of the companies have built agents, but nobody's buying them, or they have the market share which they are losing. These are the Gamma of the world. These are the Harveys of the world. These are the Lovables of the world. They are finally hiring product managers because now they have the real product problems, which is we have a product, but everybody is offering the same product for free. So how can we retain our customers, or how can we continue to grow into new markets? Obviously, evaluation and system design is the new thing, and that's what you should spend your last week, because that's the latest, greatest stuff. So how can you do that? You can do that by using this 21-day plan, which we were happy to give you. So this is a 21-day plan, which builds the foundation, builds real products, and allows you to publish and polish your past projects, which you did little bit AI, but you didn't do the real AI, like the agentic AI systems. It takes you to build new stories using last problems that you have already worked on. So pick the domain that you want to iterate on, and then the work you have done, but create the new flavor, create the new things using agentic systems, new solutions for the old problems. So that's week 3. Week by week, it's a very involved and rigorous exercise. So let's quickly go through them. So first week, what your objectives are is make sure you understand what agentic systems are, core concepts. You set up your Claude Code and OpenClaw like systems. You also set up some automation tools like N8N, because I still see that a lot in interviews, and a lot of companies are actually using it in production. We are helping one company with agents, and yesterday only they tell, hey, can you create N8N flows for me? And I was like, okay, you have, and they said everybody in our company has access to enterprise N8N. So like, okay, great. I thought we should just do Claude Code, but seems like there is value in N8N still in production for enterprises. So first week, you set up your strategy, which is which companies you're going to target. There are a lot of companies hiring in AI, like companies are hiring for core roles, infra roles, and agent roles. In agent also, there are vertical or horizontal agents. So you need to build your strategy. We have a lesson. If you join our course, we'll give you that. But without the lesson, you can, first job is to create that strategy and come up with 10 companies that are hiring in that area. And then let's work backward from the jobs that these 10 companies profiles that you have seen in market. So first, narrow your focus and make sure you know exactly what I'm getting hired for. So you can say, I'm going to go target the vertical agent space. That means, and in legal domain, that means I'm looking for all the companies which are hiring for legal AI agents. And now you have at least 10 companies that are hiring in that area, and they all have product manager positions open. Once you create what they are looking for, backward looking, you will create a plan And this lesson or this session we do during our course allows you to create that job strategy and then work backward from there. Then you will watch our sessions. These are recordings. You will build your strength in Claude by building your first Claude.md file, which tells you or set up your Claude to your tastes and your things. And then you will start building with Claude Code a real product. And you will also get to see how are you going to use agents, or in our office hours, we will go through how can you see your agents and what your last projects were and how can you bring them in the new agentic era. What things you need to include in your new PRD, in the things that you have already solved in your CV. So if you have a CV that worked in, let's say I did predictive analytics for an IoT thing, what's the new version of that in the agentic world look like? So create that. Then we will discuss the agent loop, which we were discussing, the harness and long horizon capabilities. So I will open it up and you need to learn that, like what's happening in agentic loop and the world there. And then also you will see how are you going to make with this new agentic systems or harness, how the sprint planning changes, what is the new PM scope looks like, what the new team structure looks like. And therefore, you need to compare how Claude Code is different than OpenClaw than Hermes agent. This is the continuous learning idea where you will learn that, hey, why I need continuous learning, why OpenClaw is better or needed when we already have Claude Code, and how is Claude Code or Claude Agentic SDK or Claude Harness is different than the harness we were creating for the last 2 years. So this will build the foundation that you need to land insights in interview or secrets in interview rather than just going and talking about the normal basic stuff that everybody knows. So this will build the baseline understanding. And then we will walk, or you should go and build your at least 2 or 3 automation workflows that run for you. So if anybody asks you for a system design, you can at least show your workflows. If you don't have your production scale working yet, you can at least show automation end to end of 2 or 3 jobs that you automated in your own world. And then you create your own PM stories and resume. So this is where we will feel, once you have done all that, we will revise or give you revised CVs.
So late.
It's a revised CV so that you can go and
on the auction, the cotton candy stuff. I'll try with one and see how it goes.
Everything is on the table.
Okay.
okay, at least the table got settled, so we can continue. Work on Amazon behavior quotient. We will give you a lot of star type situation, task, action, result kind of questions that is most people have asked in AI. So at this point, we have a good bank of questions that are real and people are asking. And we will do sessions with live speakers. And then we will do a mock interview. So this is a workshop. This will be a 4-hour long workshop that I think you should do with your friends or others in our community or any community that you're part of, where you should go and test now your technical as well as your product stories. Now you have built your product stories. Your CV looks like an agentic AI PM. And now using that CV and using their stories, you should go mock one for technical, one for product sense, and one for execution in AI. And then revert back with actionable items. That will take you to week 2. In week 2, you should build, we will go and, or you should build a completely personal assistant called Mini Steve for you on top of OpenClaw or Claude Code, I don't care, or Hermes agent. Pick whatever level you want to iterate on. But this is the agent that you are using to offload all your product things. So getting customer feedback from 20 sources and giving you 10 or 20 insights, using insights to create PRDs, using PRDs to create first version of mocks, and from mocks creating actually a working product. That's what we will build, or you can build on your own. This will give you even more stories to talk about, even more problems, even more insights or depth that these people are looking for. And then you should open up the architecture of OpenClaw. It's in open. That's the idea, that you don't understand the architecture a lot of Claude Code or Cowork, but OpenClaw has an amazing architecture which can be used as a system design reference for your customers. So that's what we will do. And then what you should do is you should also go and build some frameworks around build versus buy, whether AI or not, what kind of data you need, or how to come up with the right data for your product. All these frameworks or all these case studies should be on your top of mind for you, or you should have already built by this time. And then you need to prepare, or we give you an assistant where you can go and do the hiring manager interview. That is it. If you go to week 3, there is just practice, lot of loops. Then you have projects. This is like where you go and actually build and ship things. And then you have your how can you continuously iterate and continue to build things. So that's the week 3 plan. We will be happy to share this plan with you. There are a lot of things that are internal, but hopefully you are able to find enough sources online or use our previous interview sessions to fill the gaps. But if you build these things, then I think you have a very good chance in 2026, because there are just a lot of roles out there. I think we are going to do another session where I will deep dive next week into what goes in just one interview. So today I just laid down the whole foundation. I'm doing 2 more sessions. One, I will lay down what happens in AI product sense interview, and I will take a case study and walk you through how to prepare for it. Just one section, and I will walk you through what happens. That's our next session. You can subscribe for this free lesson using this code. And if you subscribe now, I think you will get to have an invite and also the material for this earlier. And then the next session I will be taking, where I will be talking about interview questions without the framework. So this is the technical questions, or give you tips on how to tackle or how to show up in AI PM interviews, or give you like at least 5 or 6 tips that work during the interview. You know the concepts, but landing them correctly is more important than just knowing the concepts. So I will share you the secrets of how can you have the common understanding, what they are looking for, how to pick up the right examples, and then having a conversation. So this will be more like system design, and I will lay down the patterns, and we'll pick like 2 or 3 questions, and I will break it down on what to do's and don'ts in those interview questions. If you like that, then you can send me what kind of questions you want me to go ahead or take on these. So if you're going through these interviews, or if you are part of some loops, please fill the form and let us know any questions that you want me to take. I'm going to take one session on June 19th, 25th. If you want to subscribe for the whole series, here is the link. Just put your email address and we will register you for all these 3 sessions. And all these are free so that you can get ready for your PM interviews. And we gave you that already. I think one thing that is very helpful is obviously our courses. So if you want to join our courses, then we will be starting our first bootcamp course in 21 days from now. So you can just get started with us. And if you enroll now for both our courses, we are giving both our courses for the price of one. So you can just pay for any of these using this code bundle28. And we will add you to our Agentic PM certification course as well as prep bootcamp course. And if you use that, then you will be able to first build a fully agentic solution, which is very close to production, and also prepare for interviews in like a rigorous 4 to 6 weeks exercise. So that's what I think. If you just want to offload or work, or if you're really serious about these things, then I would highly recommend to get with the bundle. Next thing is you can always follow us. We will continue to invite you for these free sessions. Substack is the only place where we will share in depth all our learnings. So please subscribe for our Substack channel. Free is a good start, but I would highly recommend the annual subscription, because obviously I get paid.
Thank you.
Thanks, team. Bye.